Welcome to our post-Olympia Iron Rage. I'm Dave Palumbo. Lee Priest.
I can't do any. I can't see any more post-Olympia bullshit. I'm post-Olympia.
The funny thing is, you're in Vegas. You were at the Olympia, but you didn't even watch the Olympia. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm too late.
I asked Lee on Friday night when I was dying and it was so late and the show was going on and on and on. I said, Lee, how's the show doing? He goes, I don't know. I'm doing laundry. You're doing laundry? You're not home. He goes, I got a utility apartment. I'm doing laundry. I said,
oh, that's just crazy, isn't it? Because even when I spoke to James, it's like they were told to be backstage at 7. It's like whoever's in charge, and I know you love Dan Solomon or that, but Dan, get your fucking act together. It's for the men's. The people are there to see the men's, not the buttholes and clitoris walking back and forth across the stage. Put them on another fucking night. I'm going mad because I know what it's like to be backstage. And when you've got to hit your fucking peak, I'm sure a lot of those guys have timed it. Carbs, water, the ones that use stupid insulin, they got to time it right. And we go, ooh, wonder why they're a bit off on water. I tell you why, because Dan Solomon fucked them up with the programming. Fuck the women. Get them off. Put them on a different night. Don't give me this shit. Oh, you know, it's true what you said. People are going to buy the ticket. Who cares if they leave? Actually, people were leaving after the fucking women's. They probably went home and watched the men on their fucking computer. Fucking ridiculous.
The problem is, Lee, there's something called fatigue. And it's even, they even notice this with movies. Like you can go see, like you can be the biggest Star Wars fan. And if they put a 6-hour Star Wars movie out, no one would make it through the movie. You couldn't do it. And that's why they have the little mini series that they run on Disney Plus now, where you can watch 8 episodes that are an hour each, because it's much more, you can handle it. You can't handle something too long. And what happens is you can be the greatest bodybuilding fan of all time. After a while, you just don't give a shit anymore. You just want to get the fuck out of there.
It's like you just sort of go brain dead. You just go numb in the head, where all that excitement's just like, oh, it's gone now.
Too much.
It's like,
it's too much. I remember
which was silly too, and especially Dan being around the sport for so long, or whoever organised the programming. Yes, if the men had to be there at 7, okay, about 8:30, put some of the prejudging on, and then make them wait a little bit. Put some girls on account to do it that way, and then bring them back out. But you know, all being on a schedule where they eat at a certain time, and most of them probably at that time, the Arcadia River machine, they're probably going into that mode where, you know what it's like backstage sometimes. If you lay down for that amount of time, you don't want to fucking get back up and pump up at that time of night. Your body's like, hey, I'm meant to be sleeping, and your fluids coming back out.
You're like asleep at 10 o'clock every night. You would have never been able to handle that as a competitor at 11 o'clock.
No, this is what Lee would have done. Lee wouldn't have made it to the stage, because I would have said, they said be here at 7. It's now 10. Guys, by 10:30, if we're not going on, fuck it, we're leaving. Fuck them, fuck the contest. Who's with me?
Yeah, no one. You're the only one out the door.
Well, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm off.
They'll be like, where's Lee? Lee went to get a tattoo. He said, fuck this. He goes, I'm not waiting anymore.
Well, it's fucking bullshit. Could you imagine that happened to someone like, pick a sport, boxing. Okay, Tyson, Mayweather, get backstage, tape up, get ready, warm up, and then just sit there for 5 hours. Oh,
well, you know what? Sometimes I got news to you. Sometimes those fights do go really late, where they have like undercards and stuff like that. Because if someone gets knocked out, pretty quickly, then it'll go faster. But a lot of times, sometimes you have all decisions.
Yeah, but I'm sure they take into account that for the other fighters, when to be there and when to show up. If you're the last fight of the night and they know, okay, maybe this time, say get there at 7. Like I said, and then they go, oh, Fing was a bit watery. He was watery. Well, he was a bit watery, wasn't he? He was a bit off. Because we've seen
what they should have done is they should have had everyone on text and said, you know what, we'll text you when we're an hour and a half out or something like that.
Exactly. Well, they could have. It's like Ian, Rami, all these guys a week or two ago looked the best we've ever fucking seen them. They turn up looking the worst we've seen them. So
it's true. It's true.
Fucking bullshit.
Very true. Now, I understand that...
another thing, too, about the post-Olympia shit, go on Instagram. Yeah. How long do these cunts have to keep putting up comparison photos between competitors? That guy didn't beat that guy, so get over it all. They're putting up pictures between Hardy and Dorian. Fucking get over it. It's a different time and different era, you fucking idiots. drag it on. Talk about, it's like milking a cow, then the fucking cow's dead and they're still milking it a fucking month later. Fuck. I've lost a bit of my voice because when I went out on the town the other night with some of the circles, me and Jose Raymond and that, we had a few too many drinks and we puffed on the fucking marijuana pen and Chris Tuttle.
You did?
Yeah,
You did?
Yeah, it was shit faced for 2 days.
You did? You drank and did the marijuana?
Yeah, by the time we went from drinking to the tattoo and that, walking down the strip, probably had 16 shots each in this thing, and I was fine. They were dead. What do I do? I actually slept. I admit I slept into 6:45, but then I got up and did cardio and went to the gym and that. And
oh my God, you're as nutcase.
They said I'm an X-Man. I'm not human.
You're neurotic. Your body has to get up because you think you got to get everything done for the day. Now, what did you have tattooed when you were walking down the strip?
It said, it says, where is this camera? Fit Club. That's the gym that put my mural on the water. Jay Cutler's mural goes to.
Oh, really?
So
that's pretty nice of you to do that.
I called out Jay Cutler saying, this is even your gym, and they got your picture on the wall, and you haven't even got their tattoo.
All right, now hold on now. So Jay owns the gym? Is that what you said?
No, he doesn't own it, but he trains there a fair bit. And they got his mural on the wall, and I just told him that I'm more dedicated to his gym than what he is. So now,
but why did you put that gym of all gyms on your arm?
I just thought it looked cool. I liked the pink on it and stuff. So
and
Jay and I in the circles the other night, when the contest was on, people had a good laugh. They said it's the best circles ever. We were just going back and forth. We even got our shirts off and had a pose down.
Oh, really? Wow.
So if you're not following the Centre Party circles, you're missing the Lee and Jay pose down. And then even Angie's like, let me show you Jay's junk drawer of all the candy. And then she said that I had better arms, and you hear Jay yell out, that's because you got short limbs. I'm like, fuck you, Cutler. Yeah. I said, you won't even get me on the hair. So I went and washed my hair and I blow dried it all up. So it was Jay's laughing, going, Lee, people are going to come back on the circles, and there's going to be 100 new circles of just you and me going back and forth. But what happened now was Gavin and Diaz, I think they could be partners in the gym. They're the only two that have tattoos, but now I've got mine. I'm a lifelong member.
Yeah, so but I told Jay, don't you think all these other gyms that you've trained at over the years are going to be like a little, jealous of the fact that you only tattooed
Flex sent me a message, go, oh, I can't believe it. You got theirs. I said, don't worry, Flex. I have your logo of that dragon and the thing. When I get home, I'm going to put that logo over probably here.
Where's your species tattoo? That's a cool logo, green.
Well, what happens if you dump me and then you don't reply me?
You're a species anyway. It doesn't matter. There's no.
I just put rare above it. Rare species.
Yeah, right. Very, very generic. If you could always tell people, I'm just a fucking wacky fucking species. That's why I got it on here.
So now there's only 3 people that have lifelong memberships to that gym. I told Jay in the circles. I am now on the board of directors. So if I get any complaints about him not putting his weights away or posing, or he'll be banned for a week.
That's pretty funny. Now, what are you and Jimmy on talking terms? Because Lee originally went out to Vegas because he was going to hang out with Jimmy the Bull.
I got to talk about John too, because poor Jimmy's been devastated about that photo. But that was because I'm like, Dave never leaves the compound. He's always in flow. I said, let's give Dave the salute. And that was for you, Dave, not Jimmy. So John said it's for Jimmy, and Jimmy's all devastated. Poor Jimmy.
You know what? I was talking to Dan Solomon today, and he has a really bad case of the flu. I understand Jim Mannion got the flu. Milos told me he has
Fuad's really sick.
Milos has COVID.
Was really sick.
Yeah,
Chris Tuttle. His wife had 103 temperature when she got home. She's really sick.
No. You didn't get sick.
The old guys representing the 50-year-old still going strong.
Lee, I'm convinced that I'll be getting a call from you from the emergency room when you get back. So after that 24-hour flight home, forget about it. You'll be sick too.
Some bastard on the flight's going to give it to me home.
Yeah. Well, you probably it's incubating in your throat right now. You don't understand that. That's why your voice is going.
No, that's because I was yelling at this guy. This guy was playing the drums on the street, and he gave me one of his things, and I was banging the drums with him, and I'm just yelling at him, go for it, don't hold back, go, 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 just screaming at him. And he's going faster and faster. was doing that for like 10 minutes, and then my voice went a bit funny.
There you go. That's what happens.
That's what you do when you're drunk in Vegas.
Now you didn't tie your penis to a coffee table while you were drunk or anything like that, or stoned?
No. When I was at Flex's doing the podcast, he had a coffee table that didn't have legs that went right to the floor. So I said that would be a bit hard. I'd have to lift the end up at a table and just sit under it and squash the marble.
Were you drunk when you did? Were you still inebriated when you did the podcast, or were you sober by then?
No, but he did give me he goes, let's have this, and he gave me like a big shot of that kratom, and he had some the Guy Sistanino's new company.
Oh my god, is that Guy's company, or does he work for that company?
No, it's his and the other guy, something Uprising.
Because I know there was a kratom company that was the sponsor of the Olympia, wasn't there?
No, this is something Uprising. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh.
I did have a packet of it. They're not bad. They make you feel good.
Yeah, you know that they're opiates, right? They're not. Just because it's an herbal opiate doesn't mean.
During the podcast with Flex and I, we were laughing, and then we started talking about the grandparents, and we're both crying.
You better make sure you take your Fiberlize so you go to the bathroom. That's all I know.
I did. I had that. I had been having that every morning and every night.
Right.
But the alcohol, that went through me the next. Whenever I had alcohol, the next morning on the toilet goes through me like fucking Drano.
Oh yeah.
It's like someone put a fucking stick of dynamite in a fucking meatloaf.
Well, you know what it is? Lee doesn't ever drink or do drugs, and so it's amazing to me that when you do them, you go all crazy. I'm surprised you don't get way more wasted than you.
Well, I'm amazed at like that too, because like if I have vodka, like this is only 700 mils. I have like a liter of vodka sometimes, and I can still walk fine. Well, someone that doesn't drink. 16 shots is a lot for someone that doesn't drink.
I don't know how you don't like.
And that was rum. That was rum in the icy drinks that just get pouring in.
Jose is an expert with drinking. He does that all the time. He can handle.
He was more drunk than me, and he was more sick than me. He was. He had a hangover. I had no hangover or anything.
You probably came home knowing you and drank like a liter of water though before you went to bed.
No,
right?
I just come home, went to bed. Took the Somalize, which I probably didn't need it.
Oh my God, forget it. You know what? Sometimes though, when you drink alcohol, it messes your sleep up. So the Somalize probably actually was a good thing that you did, because I've come back from going out to clubs back in the day, and I couldn't sleep at all. You would think that I'd want to pass out after drinking, and you can't, because it's like it almost hyped me up a little bit. It did the opposite.
When I wake up to go to the toilet, I get the only thing it really gives me is like bad heartburn. The alcohol, like indigestion type of stomach's like ugh.
You got to swallow a couple of Tums when you come home. As my father would say, Alka-Seltzer. That was always his go-to.
That was good. Alka-Seltzer is a good drink, a nice lemon drink, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but
I used to sometimes just drink that when I didn't even have a problem, because it was like a nice lemon drink.
It does settle your stomach though too. All right. I wanted to show you a post that Ed Connors put up. I thought was really kind of cool on his Facebook here. Did you see this?
Ed got a picture of Flex and I too.
Oh, he did? Yeah. I saw he posted this picture of Antoine Valiant, who was in the show, obviously. And then I don't even know how he even still had this picture, but I guess he went into the Arnold Classic in 2004 with John Cena. And that was Antoine as a teenager. Look at that. How funny is that? Look at him. Look how young he is there.
I know. Look at him.
He looks like a young Dorian Yates in that picture, actually.
I got in the circles. I did a pose down with Antoine with the guns. I'll have to send it to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to see that. You didn't put it on your Facebook, Instagram?
It is on my Instagram, actually. Have a look. Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
So
what was the most memorable, I guess, part of the weekend for you?
I just think hanging out, like when we all got together and did the podcast, there was Antoine, myself, James, Juji, Jay, Guy Sistanino, Chris Tuttle. We did like a podcast all together. That was fun. But I think the funniest was when there's a go to the main. It's got like you'll see the circle itself, or it might be the one where we're drunk standing on that thing going around in circles. You see that one?
Is it a more recent post or a later post?
No, it'd be like it'd be in the first few there.
And you were posing down with who? Antoine?
You'll see the circle. You'll see like a circle that has a circle on the post itself.
Oh, it's a video. I see. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. There, look at that. There's Lee and Antoine. Here we go. Boom.
I don't know. I think you got to beat pretty much Lee there.
Now find the one of us drunk there. Find the one of us drunk there. The video where we're standing on the circle, going round and round. That's the hand muscle.
I don't see the one where you're drunk.
I'll have a circle thing. Could be that one down there.
Below?
That's Chris' face. Okay.
That was the one I just had on. That was the one I just had on of Chris's face.
Okay. Well, it's out. We're outside on the strip. It's on there somewhere.
Must be. What's this one?
No. But that's just a guy with his dog. That might be that one. What's that one? Now go back to the second one. No,
whose food is that? Is that all your food?
That's the meal prep guy in Australia that sends me food now.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
Okay. I was gonna say that stuff looks like gourmet food. It doesn't look like diet food for sure.
No, it's diet.
That's great.
No, it's got to be. No, that's that silly species one. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah,
it's got to be there. It's there.
There's a good picture of you and Jay.
Yeah, that was at the podcast thing.
Yeah,
it's on there. We're going around in circles.
Looking.
Oh, there's Sean Ray. No, it was after. It must be up the top.
Oh, that's the. Is that the
There's
gym?
Mel. Yeah, Mel Chancey. Yeah.
That's the gym that you tattooed on your arm.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. Crazy picture. I'm always wonder how these guys are able to translate that picture onto a humongous wall, because I mean, you have to be really talented to do that. I mean,
let me see. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we just can't see it, but it's okay.
You can't see it. Look, I'm gonna send you to one of us going round and round like lunatics.
Oh, there's you and Sean Ray, your friend.
Oh no.
So what? I heard he was asking you to get him a watch. Was that true?
Yes, it was practically begging. Begging was the word.
I'm shocked that he would even ask you. He must have really wanted that watch.
Well, first he come over, he goes, "Why are you with them?" I said, "Because they wanted a decent bodybuilder."
Yeah, but I'm shocked that he would even ask you. Because you had the ability to tell him to go fuck himself. I mean, you didn't, because you're a nice guy.
I just text you that one of Jose and I and Chris Tuttle going round and round.
Let me see if I can get it over there. Where is that? In Flex's office?
Yeah. I was talking about wankers that sit in offices with all their trophies behind them.
At least Flex has a good sense of humor about himself.
That's the longest podcast he's done. It went for like 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Oh, really? When are they posting that?
I'm not sure. He wanted to see if I got time today. His parents want to meet me.
Oh, I saw that video. I don't know.
The first question I'm going to ask his parents are, now after having Flex, what is your stance on the abortion issue?
I saw that video of you guys on the little merry-go-round. I don't remember where I saw it. Maybe did you put it on your stories? Maybe.
I thought it was on my main page, but I didn't see it there.
I emailed it to myself. Let's see if it comes up. But
we went on that 3 times with different songs in different places. And
yeah, you guys must have been wrecked to do that. I don't think I've seen anyone post as much on their Instagram as you. You might have the record on that.
Well,
you post a lot of content.
Keep the fans happy.
How was Melvin doing? What was he up to?
Good. He did a big interview for the documentary, and he reminded me that I still can't remember, but he reminded me that I sold some posing trunks to some gay guy for $6,000 each.
Did you really? When was
that?
I
did, because he said, I don't know, it was somewhere, he said, and some guy kept following him and this sort of stuff. So he said that he gave the guy my room number and he called up and then he got all pissed off because I said, thanks for that, Melvin. I sold him 2 posing trunks for $6,000 each and made 12,000. And Melvin got all pissed off. He's like, well, I would have fucking sold him my trunks. I thought he wanted something sexual.
You should have said I had to jerk off in those trunks first, though. That was the whole thing, you know.
Yeah. Instead, I just blew my nose and told him I jerked off. He'd be like, Lee's got green boogers in his cock.
Yeah, exactly. I want to show you a really good quote. This guy's a snake breeder, but he's like to the snake world like I am to like the bodybuilding world. He hates like people who are just like full of shit and everything like that. This is a great quote, I think. Let me see if this is the right one. Yeah, this is it. You'll like this. You'll appreciate this.
Is there something I would say?
Yeah, absolutely. The Dunning-Kruger effect, a type of cognitive bias where people with little expertise or ability assume they have superior expertise or ability. This overstimulation occurs as a result of the fact that they don't have enough knowledge to know that they don't have enough knowledge.
That's like 90% of people that comment on my Instagram.
I think that's awesome. That is just that. Like
I saw a great T-shirt down here. I'm going to get. I should go walk down and get it before I leave. It was right near Denny's, and I was at Denny's yesterday and had a beautiful T-bone steak, and then I had the potatoes and ice cream and apple crumble pie thing. But I got these pancakes. You know, I like sweet stuff. These pancakes were apple cinnamon with brown sugar in it, and I mean big chunks of brown sugar. And then I covered it in all that white icing, like the Cinnabon stuff.
Yeah.
And even for me, it was a little sweet. But there's this T-shirt that says, "I'm not always a dickhead," and then it says, "Oh, who am I kidding? Go fuck yourself."
You should make your whole own line of T-shirts, starting with like I said, and then you can go into the vulgar ones that that maybe parents.
Well, you could have like I said, and on the back, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, it sounds like you had a good time. I think you just needed a little break. I don't think you necessarily wanted to go to the Olympia to watch the Olympia. I think you were going to see
the whole plan.
All your friends.
The whole plan originally, because this was before the circles even, when Jimmy and I were out here in California, it was, "Hey, Jimmy, the Olympia's on. We can just go out and hang out in Vegas." And Jimmy's like, yes, we're going to do that. So the whole plan for me coming to Vegas was Jimmy and I were coming out to Vegas just to hang out.
Right.
And then with the circles, like, okay, we can do the circles then. And then, when Sid was here, Sid's like, we got a lot of good photos and stuff in the gym with the products and training for species. So it just turned into a bit of everything else. But the original plan was for Jim, even though going back and forth to the gyms, and that's probably cost me $450 at least in Uber.
You should have rented a car. I meant to tell you that. You should have rented a car a little bit. I made Sid.
Because you got to remember too, because one of the Uber things, it might be by the time you do it $30, but then you got to remember, in my money, it's almost $60. So.
Right. Now you should have rented a car. Next time, if you ever go again, you got to rent the car. I made Sid rent the car, and it was the smartest thing. Hey, look, tell me about this. What is this peanut butter stuff that I was looking at? Jay's.
Jay's peanut packed it away. It's peanut butter for dogs. That was on the circles too, because Jay said that people can eat it. That's how it started off. I said, Angie, can people really eat this, or is Jay just fucking with me? So when I eat, he's going to be like, haha, that dickhead ate the peanut butter because I said he could. And that's when he went into the kitchen and he's made little ice molds out of it, and he was eating it and stuff. Jay and I get it. Why would he go on the circle? He goes, "I love you, Lee. You're crazy."
I wonder if he's going to sell a lot of this stuff. He should.
People post it up.
He should have just made a peanut butter for people and said you can give it to your pet. But who knows? Well, Jay's successful at everything he does, so I'm sure he'll probably sell 1 million of these things.
So I'm going to take that home and get some photos of my dogs eating it.
Oh, he gave you a few things of it. I guess this is Jay. This must be Jay's dog.
Well, hopefully I'll get it through custom. The customs won't go, "You can't bring peanut butter in here."
Jay, if you're listening, send me a jar of it. I'll give it to my little pups and help you promote it. Good idea. What are the ingredients on the thing?
It's packed away, but it's all. I think I'll Let me see if I can grab a jar.
It's got to be. I imagine it's probably sugar free because you don't want dogs to get teeth rot. So it says flaxseed, banana chips, glucosamine. That's on the front, but I can't see the label where it has the exact ingredients. I'm assuming there's peanuts in there if it's peanut butter. So
I packed it away.
Wow.
Oh, that's very observant, Davis. No, I probably.
It says pet butter. It doesn't say peanut butter, so it might not be peanut.
No, take that back because I know it just looks like peanut butter, but it'll be just pet butter because I know you can't give peanuts to dogs, so I won't have peanuts.
Oh, you can't? Why not?
No. Well, my wife told me that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What about those freaks that put peanut butter on their genitals and then let the dogs lick it off? Is that like
Jay did another video after I posed down. He was laying down and his dog was licking his stomach, and I said, "Fuck, Jay," for a second. Then I thought you left your laptop open. I was watching some bestiality shit. He's like, "No, look at my dog, look at my stomach." I said, "Oh, that was
See, Jay is into his dogs because he has no kids. You see, if he had kids, it would be he would have been diverting all that energy into his kids.
Well, that's the thing. Look, if people don't follow the circles that we're on, where we say and do some of the craziest shit, you're missing out on.
I wanted to come out with a baby formula because the baby formulas on the market suck. And there's so many regulations
on
wouldn't baby formulas. It's a payoff basically to the government because that's why there's not a lot of companies that make baby formula because you have to have all these licenses. And if you read the ingredient list on these baby formulas, you'd want to throw up. It's like the worst. Take the cheapest whey protein that they sell in the supermarket. That's 10 times better than the worst baby formula, than the best.
Does it happen in America like in Australia that they have to put limits on it, but the Chinese come over and buy up all our baby formula and send it home because theirs is so shit that you can go into any supermarket and you'll see Chinese people with 5 or 6 in their carts go out, come back in. All the time in Australia, they send it home.
That's weird. Who would have known?
Yeah.
Isn't it terrible when the Chinese make everything and then they buy other countries' stuff and they just ship their shit to everyone else? It's like,
but the thing is, I think the ones they make, their baby formula is like pretty toxic or bad. So yeah, we had a thing on the news where, that showed them going out with cartfuls. They were like emptying the shelves of supermarkets in Australia.
That's scary. That to me is very scary because you know what? Who's using the Chinese-made infant formulas? Guess what? The United States, probably all right here. Probably Gerber and all those. I think
Biden used it as a baby, and look how he turned out.
Oh my God! So you're coming back? What, tomorrow? You leaving or tonight? You're leaving, right?
Tonight. I got a late checkout. I paid an extra $70 American. That's probably $120 Australian because I would have had to check out at 10. But my flight's not to 7. Nothing worse than checking out at 10 and just walking around and around.
I used to always just stay in the hotel room and I would make excuses. Yeah, can I have another hour? I got to pack up. And usually what happens is once room service has cleaned the rooms and they're done and they go home, no one bothers you after that anymore. So if you can get past the room service cleaning, you can stay as late as you want. They don't care.
Well, I got the 4. My flight's at 7, so that's pretty good. Right. So. And then only an hour flight, not even that to LA. I've only got like a 2-hour layover and then the 13, 14-hour flight home. Miss a day and get home on the 23rd.
Yeah, you're gonna get home on what, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. He leaves on Wednesday night, he gets home Friday morning. It's like 2 days gone out of your life.
And then I got a 2-hour drive home from Sydney.
Oh my God! Oh, you flew out. Oh, you didn't fly to Sydney. You drove to Sydney. I guess that's probably smarter.
Yeah.
I guess actually that's the only thing you can do, right? Because you have no airport by you, right?
Well, I have an airport near me, yeah, but I think just the hassle of going to that airport and flying to Sydney is a bit there. So because you got to be there an hour and a bit before the flight's an hour. So in the morning it's like an hour 45 drive. So I'd rather just get off the plane, hop in the car, and drive home.
I remember when I was there in a 12. And when I was flying within Australia from like city to city, because I did like a whole little tour thing, it was like being in a bus. It was like cattle call. It was the worst fucking feeling of all time. They jammed you in these little tiny planes, and
with the
and
propellers.
yeah. Oh, I hated those fucking planes, and everyone was sweating all over each other. They can't figure out a way. I don't know why they, in this day and age, they can't figure out a way to cool the plane before they turn on the plane and start, taxiing.
Well, don't even mention that. You look at that thing. I'm sitting on the plane and I'm hot. It says outside air temperature -60. Can't we just funnel some of that air in here, because some old cunt with bad circulation up front said it's cold. They got to turn the heat on. And when it gets hot and stuffy in a plane, I'm like,
the worst. It's the worst.
It's like you can't do anything. It's like, ugh. Yeah, but there was news. I got some news about there was plenty of Aaron Singerman sightings at the expo.
Yeah, did you go give him a kiss? Hello?
No, because he had security with him.
Oh, he did? He had his own security detail?
So why would you be walking around with security?
That's right, exactly. That says a lot.
Did he have to pay for that security or what?
I'm sure Redcon paid for the security. Aren't they the first line of defense or something like that? What's their first line of readiness or something like that? You've got to have. They must have had some Redcon security guards, guarding them.
Want to be strong when you go inside? Use Redcon.
I think that the Olympia is a great idea on paper and everything like that. I'm actually glad that I didn't go because everyone did get really sick. It's moving, however, to Orlando next year, which is going to be like a 3-hour drive from my house. So
why are they doing that? Is it just cheaper, or what's the reason for that?
I don't know if they want to just change it up every year, but I heard that Vegas is really, really expensive now, and the unions charge a fortune for you to bring all the stuff into the expos, and then if you go, I think they went overtime for a while. I heard they got charged extra for that. I mean,
you think they went overtime? Fuck.
Orlando is a city set up for tourism. I mean, Vegas is too, but not the same way. They cater to families. They cater to people doing conventions. They want you there because they know you're going to spend money in the other things like Disney and Universal.
That's what I'll be going to Universal and Disney. Fuck the Olympia.
I'm gonna bring my kids and I'm gonna send them to like Legoland with you, Lee, and all the different parks.
You and your kids, me and your kids will dress up in costumes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be November. I wonder if it'll be. Well, I guess it'll be right now.
Is it November, October?
2 years ago, they had it on Halloween, which was great. I mean, that would be awesome.
I thought it said October, didn't it, on the thing?
Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's the end of October.
It'll be near Halloween, and I got that guy on Instagram. He's going to make me a Superman suit. He asked for all my measurements, like the Henry Cavill Superman from DC. So hopefully I'll have that made properly, so it will fit properly. I'll have a good suit, and we can walk around the park.
I wanted to ask you about that. Are you upset? I was pretty upset that Henry Cavill is no longer going to be.
I understand because The Rock at the end of Black Adam brought Henry Cavill back in, saying how he worked so hard and pushed for him to be Superman again. And The Rock was like, he is Superman. He's going to be the next Superman. And now all of a sudden, he's not.
I heard The Rock was the cause of the whole thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard he's the one who actually pulled the rug out from underneath him. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, not on the interview I saw of The Rock, and the big thing that he said he fought hard to get him back, and that's why it's there. And he goes, he's the only man that can be Superman. He's the one. That's why we got him back. And that's so I couldn't see The Rock doing it because he was so happy that he got him into the thing and got him back. I heard they're going for a younger guy again. They're going for someone.
They want to reboot it again, and they want to do it.
They need to reboot it. Fuck it. What are we going to go for the whole thing again?
I don't know how many reboots they're going to do. I know it's ridiculous at this point. And I thought Cavill was a good.
It's going to be a woke reboot where Superman's two fathers put him in the thing and send him down to Earth. He comes back,
and he has trouble with his sexual identity. He doesn't know if he's a woman or a man.
No, it's not Superman. It's Super them. Super they. We can't say man. It's Super them. They use my pronoun properly.
You know what? You're probably right. Because Henry Cavill's a very masculine guy. They probably don't like that. He's too aggressive for the current woke society.
We don't like that strong jawline on a man.
Yeah. he looks
We
he
want
looks
a
too much
rounder
like a
face
real
with
man.
a little bit of blue, with what the rounder face, more puffy lips, and a little bit of blue eyeshadow to match the suit.
A little Botox in the head, a little,
That's right.
fillers in the lips. You're right. It's
Listen
kind of
here,
sad.
Brainiac. If you don't do as I say, I'll ass rape you.
Yeah. Do you know what they paid him for that appearance in Black Adam?
Not how much?
$250,000. That's pretty good.
But that little bit where he just says, "I think you should come with me" or something.
Yes, yeah. That he made $250 for that. $250K.
Right. And he gets that nice too.
Yeah, that's pretty. And they actually, I think he made another $250 because he was supposed to appear in the next Wonder Woman movie or something like that, and they scrapped that.
Yeah.
They cut it. Yeah, they cut it. So even though he did the appearance there already, but they said, "Oh, we're not putting him in there because now he's not going to be in the movie, so we're getting rid of him." It's so weird that they make these changes. And the funny thing is, usually it's because the star wants too much money, or they don't want to be involved in the project anymore. He actually wanted to be involved in the project.
Yeah.
That's the weird
thing. I know when the Flash movie comes out, Michael.
Oh, it was the Flash movie. That's where he was supposed to be in, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Michael Keaton's going to be Batman in that one with the old original Batman suit and that. So that'll be good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some kind of like a time thing, right, or something like that. They go,
yeah.
He's supposed to play Batman.
He was meant to be. He was actually meant to be Batman in what's that TV show where was it the Titans, whatever, where they have a section where they go through different worlds, and one of them actually had Tom Welling from Lois and Clark on TV. I mean, had what's his name? The guy from original Lois. Had Dean Cain. Had the other Tom Welling from the other Superman TV show. Had Brandon Roth on it, and then it had the new guys on the Superman TV show now, because they all met in these different parallel universes, and Lex Luthor was going through the universe killing off all the Supermans and people. So that's a pretty good show.
Yeah, it's a great idea when they said, you know what, we've rebooted these Spider-Man and Superman so many times that we have so many actors. Maybe we could somehow incorporate all these guys into the same fucking movie, and we'll make up the multiverse. That works right there. It's like the three Spider-Man.
It wasn't a bad episode when they're doing that, because two of the Brandon Roth Superman was fighting another Superman because he couldn't understand why he was there. It's actually, it wasn't bad. No, but
did you like Brandon Roth when he was Superman?
Well, when they made that Superman Returns with him, I thought he looked pretty good. He looked like a young Christopher Reeve and all that.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I actually liked the movie, and it wasn't bad. It was a bit. What's his name was Lex Luthor in it, the one who's up on charges. But then,
what's his name? Yeah,
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, right.
He wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad movie. I thought it was well done. The guy, the barman in it too. There's different things in it, but when he's in the bar and at the beginning he's watching the plane, the plane that's coming down before he takes off to save it. That barman was the original Jimmy Olsen from the TV show.
I remember that. Yeah, you're right.
They have all little things in there you wouldn't even pick up on, like things on the wall, a clipping that was from some other thing, and stuff like that. So
it's so weird. Hollywood is so weird because they'll just reboot. You know what? We really didn't like the way that we sold the movie, so we're just going to reboot it again and with a different actor. And we all, like dummies, go watch it. We'll go see it again. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
It's like almost like we've had Eric Banner as the Hulk. They waited a few years. Let's get Edward Norton now to be the Hulk, and now it's like the other guys.
I actually liked Eric Bana as the Hulk. To be honest with you, I thought they should have stuck with him through all the movies. I don't really like the guy who plays the Hulk now. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Mark Ruffalo. Because he's a comedian. I don't want a comedian playing the Hulk. It shouldn't be it's not a comical, role.
But when you think about that original movie, when the Hulk came out and I did the body CGI work for it, Eric Banner and me, the Hulk was pretty much Aussie. He's an Australian.
That's right. But no, I thought he was good. I thought he would have been perfect for the part. And I don't even know where
Edward Norton, when I watch him as the Hulk, I kept it like when he's in the movie where he played that like dummy. I just keep thinking of that movie all the time.
Yeah, that was a good movie. But I don't know why they picked Ed Norton to play the Hulk. And you know what the funny thing is? I don't even know why they got rid of Eric Bana. I think the fans liked him, didn't they? No.
Yeah. I think so. I think when a different director takes over, because I think what's his now has taken over some new DC, that gun fella. He's going to take over some of the DC.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Just like I said, when they did that last 4 movie, that was just so corny. It was like,
that was I wouldn't like that very much.
Well, yeah, whoever the one I'm looking forward to, I hope they don't destroy it, but the preview looked good, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3 looks pretty good.
Yeah, did you watch the Christmas special?
No, I haven't got all the way through it yet, but I'm watching the preview on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with the song, and it's got Rocket. I like Rocket the best because he's a smart ass the whole time, but it's like, it seems like one of them's going to die. You can just tell in the preview the way things are going on and the words they're saying, that will always be with you and this and that. I'm like, one of them get killed off.
They Marvel got it right. They know exactly what they're doing over there. They don't mess around. And you know what? If they do make a mistake, they don't give a shit. They don't reboot it.
Well, they know what they're going right, but isn't Marvel Disney? So they're going a bit woke with half their crap.
Yeah, they got to throw a gay guy in there, and they got to throw.
In the last 4 movie when you got the in Doctor Strange, that's a photo of my 2 mothers and this and that, and how are the rock babies born? The rock babies are born when 2 male rock monsters hold hands together, and I'm like, what the fuck?
They got to do that all the time. I know. There's always got to be.
They understand.
I'm watching this new. Have you seen the new Star Trek on Paramount? The Star Trek Discovery.
No.
They had to throw like the doctor and the engineer have to be in a gay relationship with each other. Like, I mean, was it? They got to do this. It's like, you're right. They cannot not to leave it out. Every single fucking movie on Disney now has to have some kind of gay relationship.
Show me your tools, Scotty. He goes, I got a tool.
Well, Lee, have a safe flight back, and hopefully you don't get sick with the flu or anything worse. Stay away from
There'll probably be someone sitting beside me on the plane going, yeah, so.
Did you see Jim?
No, I didn't see. But I was talking to Mel Chance, and I was talking about the IFBB. He goes, anything goes, no, Jim knows. He goes, no, Jim likes you. He loves you. He's like, he's never had a problem. He goes, well, I've never had a problem with Jim. He goes, yeah, he knows that. He goes, it's nothing.
Yeah, no, the Jim's cool.
Yeah, no, but I didn't see him, though. But saw a lot of other people. Like I said, I saw Sean Ray, the poor guy. Now, when he bitches at me being homeless and living on the streets, he looked like he just dragged himself off the street.
It's always the people. It's always the people that make fun of other people that really have all the problems. You know that, Lee, right?
Can you get me a watch? Can you get me one? How are you with him? I said, there's a new owner. I said, that's a new owner. Oh, can you get me one? Can you get me a watch there? I said, come here. Hey, this is Sean, blah, blah. And he's like, can you get one? He's like, okay, come here. Gave him one.
Oh, so you actually got him? You actually got him a watch?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's why Lee Priest is loved and beloved by everyone out there, because even
my worst enemy, I got him a watch, and then he gets it, and then he just takes it something. He's gonna phone Sean says to the fan, no, I'm busy right now, and he just walks off.
Oh, he did he at least thank you?
Yeah, he goes thank, and then he takes off.
Wow. Oh my God. Well, that's your good deed. That's your good deed for the day. Maybe you won't get sick on the way home because of that. But you might get a kidney stone, so make sure you drink plenty of fluids on the plane.
I saw the size of that kidney stone Jimmy passed.
It was like the size of Mount Rushmore.
Did he go get a rock out the front garden just to make a story up?
It looked like a popcorn kernel. It was so big. I'm like,
I
said, you passed that out of your penis? He said, oh yeah. It's like he said it shot out like a fucking cannon.
It looked like a moldy, ugly candy corn.
The funny thing is that I said, how'd you get it? Because he must have had to go into the toilet bowl and pick it up, right? There's no way I would put my hand.
If you're gonna, I know in Australia here, if you're gonna pass one, they give you like a real tight strainer to pee through,
like a fish net.
No, like you put your tea bags in when you got tea and that to hold your tea bags. Jimmy probably put a stocking over the top of the toilet and was peeing through the thing, so he had like a big grating there. So I told him the man he's sitting down driving the truck and that and not drinking water and stuff, and he has a little bit of alcohol here and there. Because my uncle used to not drink any fluids, but drink a lot of beer and stuff, and he used to get kidney stones all the time.
Yeah, I told him it's totally. And then he wouldn't let them put the IV in his arm to give him the IV bag. I said, Jimmy, that's what you needed most. He goes, I know. As soon as they gave it to me, that's when I peed, and I felt 100 times better. I said, holy mackerel, this guy's out of his fucking mind.
Jimmy telling the doctors what to do. You don't know what you're doing.
No, I said, Jimmy, was that kidney stone looks like a piece of petrified fucking hot dog. He was laughing.
I think it looked like a piece of wood at first. I'm looking at it thinking, what is that?
It was pretty gross. We'll show it on After Hours on Tuesday. Lee, once again, I'm glad you came to the United States and had fun.
Thank you. I'm going to go and finish off my laundry now, do my chores.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get you to Orlando next year so we can get you out in Florida here. So we'll have a good time with that.
Yeah, I'll be at Disneyland and Universal with you.
Yeah.
They'll come back and say, Lee's the
Where's
greatest.
Lee? We haven't seen Lee all weekend. I said, oh, he's babysitting my children. They're like, you sent your kids with Lee? I said,
when it comes to amusement parks, they're safe. They're going to come back with that much fucking cotton candy and hot dogs. He gave us every day ice cream and this.
Yeah. They'll be like, all right, Lee's watching your kids. Who's watching Lee? Well, that's why we got Jimmy there. Jimmy the Bull is watching Lee. Except they can't.
When Jimmy's in public, they
get Jimmy one of those scooters. Jimmy's going to need one of those little scooters to kind of keep up with you guys, you know. Because my kids run.
Jimmy acts like a big kid when he's out too, so we need somebody else to watch.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, yeah. You don't want my wife watching over you guys. You'll be in big trouble.
They'll be like, well, I got Lee watching the kids, Jimmy watching Lee. Then I just decided I hired a couple of police officers to watch them all.
That's right. Oh, yeah. All right. Now you got to wrap this up. I got to ask Dave coming up. Lee, once again, have a safe flight, and thanks for all the stories from Vegas.
Well, I'll think of a lot more too when I'm a bit more better.
Yeah. All right. Don't get sick. And guys,
stop saying that for fuck's sake. You're trying to jinx me.
I'm nervous for you. You better take some vitamins before you take some.
I've got that stuff that you take before you go on planes and drink it on the plane. It's called airborne. You put it in water, sort of.
The biggest scam of all time. But you know what? If you think it works, it probably works.
Hey, it's got tons of vitamins in it. That's all that matters at the moment.
That's right. That's right. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. You'll probably get a kidney stone from them. No, just kidding. All right. Jimmy, I did send you the link. You didn't join us, which means you probably are not ready to face Lee. I understand. Maybe next week you'll
I texted Jimmy this morning and I told him, and he was laughing that he's like, oh, he goes, yeah, he goes, that was for Dave the finger. I said, yeah, I'm going to tell Dave on the show. He goes, yeah, you tell Dave it was for him. I'm like, I can't believe Jimmy got so
insulted. He was so insulted. He was so worried that you were mad at him. I'm like, he might be mad at you. He said he was mad at you.
He sent me this message. I got to show you, but it's like, Lee, you know I love you. I would have been there if I could. I'm in hospital right now and this and that, and I could have an air bubble. So if it takes me out, just know you're a good friend and I love you. He's writing the fucking eulogy to me.
When they put the IV in his arm, you know how sometimes they're like little micro bubbles. You need to put 3 cc's of air into your veins.
If this bubble kills me, just know you're a great friend. You're one of my only friends. And this, I'm like, Jim, I wrote back and said, Jimmy, stop talking shit. I love you, Jimmy. Okay.
Jimmy writes these like the suicide notes, you know, like when
that's what it sounded like. That's what like, I'm dying, I'm going. I just want to leave you this last message. That's why I just said, Jimmy, stop talking bullshit. I love you. Be okay.
Yeah, that's funny. All right. This is for real. Until next week, I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another edition of